Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. A big thank you for coming to this event today. We really appreciate it. I'm Jim Smith from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Okay, we have Andre Johnson, Devin Hester, and Misty McMichael here to answer questions. We've got about 25 minutes to do that. And because we got such a fantastic turnout, I'm going to call on folks to ask the questions. If you raise your hand, I'll be more than happy to acknowledge you and answer questions.
Andre, welcome. I know there's a whole bunch of folks from Chicago going to love talking to your guests here. How would you describe the welcome you have received from the current Hall of Famers? How special has that made you feel about the accomplishment and the weekend?
It's been truly amazing just to sit with the guys and talk to them. And, they're very welcoming. You'd be surprised at how the guys watch your career and the things they talk about. So it's been a very, very great experience, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. Right here. Sure.
Devin, these last 6 months, as you've been able to reflect on your career and kind of have a celebration of you, what have been your emotions and what are the things that you've thought about during this period?
The last 6 months can't really express all the build-up and emotion. I would say it's been from the moment I fell in love with football at the age of 5 or 6 years old. And the things that I had to go through and the process of getting to where we are today up here. Speaking with you guys is just overwhelming. And as a kid, I can honestly say I didn't envision being in the Hall of Fame. That wasn't even a question or even a thought. And now, as we get into the NFL and we play these games, and we start realizing that we're among some of the great athletes that walk the face of earth. And now to be able to be up here with you guys and speaking on the Hall of Fame is it's a great honor.
Mm-hmm. With the glasses, sir.
Andre and Devin, how does it feel like both of y'all going in? Miami Hurricanes going into the Hall of Fame together, so extended that legacy of the youth, both of y'all putting together.
For me, it's funny because me and Devin yesterday, I walked up to him and I said, man, I remember us first meeting each other, and did you ever think we'll be going in the Hall of Fame together? And he just laughed at it, but it's crazy how things work. For me and him to be going in together, man, it's a tremendous feeling. Super happy for him and his family. And I know he feels the same. He's told me the same. So it's just a great, we don't know the plan of life, man. Like, things happen for a reason, and never knew that at the time I met him at UM that we'll be going in the Hall of Fame together. So it's a tremendous honor.
Pretty much everything Andre said. And, the guys that's in the Hall of Fame as part of the UM family, they brag. So we've been getting this all week, and I was kind of in a situation where I hope the rest of outside of the other Hall of Fame don't really build a animosity against us, because Warren Sapp and Michael Irvin, they really rub it in that, hey, we got two more University of Miami guys in the Hall of Fame. We can take the lead. So, but at the end of the day, it's fun and games. You know what I mean? We all family. We're excited to be part of this tradition.
Misty, you waited a long time to see Mondo's jersey in the Hall of Fame in his space there at Forever and Shrine. What has this been like for you?
It's been amazing. It's been an honor and privilege to, represent for him, because he's been playing ball since he was a boy too, and that was his dream, to always, be in all these Hall of Fames he's been in, and this one is the best. And it's been so amazing, and we're so thankful and blessed.
The white t-shirt.
Andre, as the date has gotten closer, what type of emotions come up to you when you think about what you've accomplished, being the first Texan, and everything that comes with it?
I think the biggest thing is, like, in the past couple of days, I probably got the most phone calls I've ever gotten. And I think people, not just me, but people like my friends and family, and people are calling me, they're just like, Andre, do you really realize what you've done? So I didn't really realize the impact that I was able to have on people by just playing a football game. Making the Hall of Fame has really opened my eyes to that. not only to have impact just on people, but to have impact on the whole city. To see the fans that were here yesterday for the autograph signing we did, it was crazy. So I was able to impact the city, so it means a lot.
Devin, what does it mean to you to, having grown up in South Florida, to get to this point now where you've had such a successful career and you're at the pinnacle of it now?
It means a lot. Everybody's story is different. I can only speak on my story. Just growing up, you know, for me, it's when I look at the Hall of Fame, in my situation, we're all blessed with the talent. That's why a lot of us play football. That's a no-brainer. But for me, making the Hall of Fame is me and the trial and tribulation that I went through. And the biggest pat on my back that I give myself is not giving up when I had a lot of obstacles in my life growing up, trying to get it this far, and I didn't shut down. I just say forget football. I kept pressing and I kept working hard and I kept doing the things that I need to do in order to play football. So for me, my biggest goal is, and my pat on my back is saying that I'm just proud of you for not giving up.
That's right. It's good.
Andre, you know, spoke about having Gary Kubiak present you. Just, you can address again what he meant to you as your coach and what led you to ask him to present you.
Well, Gary's had a big impact on my career. I don't really feel like my career took off until he became my head coach. I remember after our first year, the first year he was the head coach, he asked me, he told me, he was like, man, I need you to learn everything. You know, I'm be moving you around a lot. He was like, it'd be times I even line you up in the backfield as a running back. And, you know, I took on the challenge and I learned everything about the offense. And I mean, as you can see, like when he got there and he started doing those things started to happen for me. So it means a lot to me. He's not only a great coach, but he's a great friend.
Devin, how were you able to never give up? How much sweeter does that make this moment?
I would say my representative tomorrow is part of the reason why I didn't give up, which is my mom. It was, of course, a couple times in my life where I had trial and tribulation that I did give up. And I said that I was done with it, and my mom, you know, was just giving me words of encouragement of everything I sacrificed from this point on to you still have a lot left in you. There's still so much out there to explore when it comes to football, and to keep your head up and just don't lose faith and stick with it. So I'm not gonna give all the credit to myself saying that I didn't give, I never gave up, because there were some points in my life where I did give up, but she stayed by my side and she encouraged me in my head and instilled in my head that, hey, it's just a stepping stone. We all go through these trials and tribulations, but hey, listen, once you achieve that other side of the road and once it's all said and done, you'll be happy that you didn't give up. So tips off to my mom for a lot of things she did in my life.
Misty,
Yes.
how can the attention that Mike is getting, as he was getting for getting into the Hall of Fame help in the battle against ALS?
You know what? That has a lot to do with, raising awareness, and that's what I'm going to do with his ALS diagnosis, is help other women. Because when we first got diagnosed back in 2020, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew Lou Gehrig's disease, and I had to call the Gridiron Greats that Mike and Diana run and ask them if there was another football wife whose husband had ALS, and there was one. Shea Smith, Steve Smith's wife, and she had kept him at home for 18 years. So I called her, and it was just a blessing for me to have her, because I was, blindsided. I didn't know what to do or how to do it, and she gave me a blueprint. She's like, everyone's different, might not work for you, but this is what she did. And I'm like, babe, you kept him like 18 years, I'm down with that blueprint. So, I just followed as close as I could to what she did, and he's still alive. Steve's still alive, and we had a 2 to 5 years diagnosis 7 years ago. So, he's hanging in there, and yes, I want to use this platform for ALS awareness. Yes, I'm going to do that. I might even start a foundation after he passes.
Andre, you talk about how all people that can help you, talk about Gary. You're going to have a lot of teammates here tomorrow. You kind of put in the work that kind of support means to you to have guys that you play with in that Texas uniform here with you?
It means a lot. you never really realize the effect you have on people. I think for me, this and just having the support of those guys, I don't consider them teammates. I consider them like my brothers, because you spend so much time with those guys than you do with your own family. And you know, I don't miss the game. I don't miss playing the game. I miss being around guys. Like, that's what you really, really miss. You miss the locker room. You miss the bus rides, the plane rides. Like, those are the things you miss about the game. So to have those guys here and to celebrate with them, man, it's gonna be awesome. It's a great feeling.
Devin, you came into the league as an athlete, played corner, played receiver, received a lot of criticism from both of those positions, and then you famously said, okay, yeah, I am the kick returner, but I'm the greatest to ever do it. What was that like, that process emotionally and mentally for you to accept that, but also understand how great that could be in and of itself?
If you don't know my history, I've been labeled athlete since I started playing football. I never played just one position. From Pop 1, I started on both sides of the field. To high school, I started on both sides of the field. To college, where I was one of the first players to ever play at university. My history and to be able to start on both three phases on the team. And to get drafted as a cornerback, and then move over to receiver because teams was afraid to kick the ball to me, and it got to the point where, you know, the coaches was like, hey, you arguably one of the best guys on our team with the ball in your hand. So we know that team kicking the ball away from me was the reason why I got moved to offense, because teams started kicking the ball away from me, that we had to take you off defense and put you on offense to find a way to get the ball in your hand. But for me, it's been very, I'm not gonna lie, it's been very frustrating. You know what I mean? I do feel like I left a lot out there on the field that would never be seen to showcase the talent that I have. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just blessed that I was so gifted and so talented to the point where wherever they put me at, I still find a way to make something happen. And that's what I thank God for. You know, a lot of people can't say that. But just plugging me, I was just really like a plug-in guy. So by me embracing that, the return side of the ball, where it was so much easier to say, okay, just go back there and you just do what you do, and still be able to come up here today and speak in front of you guys and say, at the end of the day, regardless of what position I play, you know, that I'm still up here today and say I am Hall of Famer.
Great, Chuck.
This is for both Andre and Devin. What game do you guys remember the most in your playing career, and how important was it to perform in front of your home fans?
I would say my most memorable and probably most important game in my career would probably have to be my rookie year, of course, playing in the Super Bowl. You have guys play 15, 20 years and never get an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, I was blessed to play my first year and make it to the Super Bowl. And not only that, the things that I did in the league, it was just talked about whether or not I was going to get my hands on the ball, and then from that point on, would I get a return? And to be able to start off the Super Bowl like that in my first year, and run the opening kickoff back was just a moment and one of the most memorable plays of my life.
For me, I would say probably the Jacksonville game. It was the most yards I ever had in my career, most catches I ever had in the game. And then in the game off the way, we did close the game out with a like 48-yard touchdown. So that was probably like my favorite game I played in. But playing in front of the fans was, Houston is a football city. So just playing in front of those fans, man, it's a lot of love, a lot of passion. And, you know, just them. If you would have saw yesterday, we took a picture. I took a picture with the traveling Texans in front of the Hall of Fame yesterday. So there's a lot of love and passion behind the Houston Texans. So it was always great to play in front of them.
Andre, we talked about trying to maybe control the emotions during the speech. Where are you on that scale? And what's the main message that you want to send as you give your enshrinement speech?
My message is just basically thanking everybody who's played a part in this journey. It's not about, I always say it's not about me. It's about everybody who played a part in it. I can't lie, I got a little emotional when I was practicing the other day. Because, you just kind of envision yourself, standing up there giving it. So I got a little emotional when I was doing it, but, I think, this accomplishment alone, I think Devin and Misty, they can attest to this. Like, this is the best of the best. So you're forever immortalized. Like, this is you're in the 1%. So you can't beat that.
Blue shirt.
This is for all three of you. Have you been into the gallery yet where the busts are? And if so, what was the emotions when you saw the empty space where you will be?
Okay, well, it's amazing. That's my favorite part of the hall. And they say that at night that the bus talk to themselves. I would love to hear what they have to say. But yeah, that's the coolest part in the hall, and I saw exactly where I'm going to put him in on Sunday. It's amazing.
I would say, as a kid, it's a dream come true. If you guys have an experience, I hope you get an opportunity to go watch, go see it, go walk around, and you get an opportunity to see all the great ones from the 1960s. You know what I mean? Every guy that paved the way for this National Football League that did something special is in one room.
Yes.
And when you're one of them guys up there, it's so real. Like you still can't believe it. I still can't believe that. In 2 days, my face will be up there.
Forever.
I hope I'm not talking to the rest of the guys. But at the end of the day, it's really a blessing.
Yeah, it's definitely it's unreal. Like, you kind of feel like you're dreaming. And I walked in there yesterday and I saw, we got to see the space, where our buses would be. I'm lost for words, but you really can't describe it, because when you walk in there, it's so much history, and for you to be put in that room with all these great guys that have played the game and paved the way for the game, it doesn't feel real. I know I'm just speaking for me. It doesn't feel real, because your face is going to be there, and it's going to be there forever. When you're dead and gone, that bus is still going to be sitting there. So at the end of the day, man, this is a great, weekend, and I'm just trying to take every moment in.
Before this gentleman asks a final question, I just want to inform you that our three newest residents of Canton will be moving upstairs. They have a practice after this, so they'll not be available for post-session comments. Ask your question.
Kevin, I imagine it feels most real when you're around all the other Hall of Famers. So like when you're taking that picture this morning, and you're around all these NFL greats, what are your emotions? What does that feel like?
The pictures was fun, I would say, but for me, we had private sessions with just Hall of Famers, nobody else in the room, and so when you retire from football, like Dre was saying, you don't miss the game, but you miss the locker room, you miss the teammates, you miss every moment in that room, like the bond that you build with your teammates. Like, you guys don't realize, like when you talk about we get so much free time, we really don't. I missed a lot of that. miss a lot of time with my family. You know, my boys growing up. Like, I miss like first day of my oldest son going to school. Like I didn't see that. You know what I mean? The plays that he had in school, I missed all that because we're so locked into football and the coaches want us to be so great and we all want to be great that we take away from the family thing. So you spend a lot of time with your teammates, and so that brought back a feeling that I had, you know, just being in that room where we sat down, we listened to guys that have been in the Hall of Fame for 20 and 30 years already. So get up and speak and tell each other, tell everybody about how they look forward to this moment of every year when it's time in the Hall of Fame, get a chance to see our locker room, the teammates that we played against, the players that we had battles every year. You know, those type of stories, you just sit there as a new income and you like, wow, it reminds me of so much of when I played football. And that's why, you know, for me, I'll be back here plenty of time, you know, because I love to sit there and just listen. And that's it. To sit back and just watch all your teammates just crack on each other, that's and joke and do little skits and plays like that. You have to be a football player and understand the feeling that you get when you see those type of things.
Okay, again, thank you for coming. Our next parents are Dwight Freed and Julius Peppers. So they're not going to ask questions tonight. We ask that you back up and let them know at the front. Thank you for coming.
I'm going to switch out for Charles.
I think
She's okay with everybody. Y'all,